So there is this question in the minds of all these young engineers, if they belong to electrical, electronics, CXTC, that how will they face the interview? So basically they say that how do we answer people who ask us, okay, this is an IT firm, what are you doing here? I mean, this is not your domain. So how do students kind of, be very confident, though they have the knowledge, they are doing so many certifications, programs, but when it comes to interviews, somewhere they fall short, like they can't exactly justify themselves, they are unable to prove that yes, we can do this. So what is your opinion, what is your experience, and how did you go about with the interview process during your placement time? That would be the question.
So basically, this is a very common question that all EXTC people would have faced in any IT interview they would have given. I'm pretty sure even my batchmates or any other people would face. So let me tell you my experience as well for the same. So when this question was put onto my face, I had a very strong point for the interviewer. So basically, I told him that I have discovered my interest in software, and I have understood that I would be interested in pursuing a career which would have software and my logical and analytical skills, and that's why I feel I would be the right fit into the industry. So this is something that I told him, but I'm not pretty sure if he was convinced, because it would have looked like a googled answer to him or like a standard one. So he threw up a question to me or a problem to me, and he asked me to give its answer. So ideally, he was expecting something like an if else and a proper coded answer. But since I was not from a coding background, I couldn't give him in that format, but I was able to provide him a solution. So since the solution I proposed was right, he gave a thought and he even informed me about the same, that even though you're not able to put it in the right syntax as the requirement is, we see that you have the problem solving skills. So this is what I want to kind of tell to the people that who are going to attend interviews in an IT sector, being from an EXTC background. If you are confident about your problem solving skills, your analytical skills, please put it through. Do not hesitate because you don't know the right language, right technology. We are going to go inside a world which is not constant. It's going to have multiple technologies. You may be a Java expert, but you may have to code in Python. It doesn't work. You still have to study. So at the end, what matters is that your logical reasoning is constant. Your problem solving ability is there, and learnability is must. That's what all the freshers are being looked into, that they have a learnability that the MNCs or the corporates can train you about. So please don't hesitate going into that.
So another question after, so you've answered so much of the questions. One question always students have this kind of, I wouldn't say fear or anxiety, like if they're going to enter into an IT company and they have done a different stream, like if they've done mechanical or they've done electrical or they've done instrumentation, and say they manage to get in and they are successful in getting in into IT firm. So do you think that is it that when they enter into this firm, are they comfortable with, because I'm sure that the crowd will be like BSc IT or maybe BCA or maybe MCA, students from different backgrounds. So what is your experience in the IT industry, that about the colleagues that you're in or the team that you are working with? So does it bring about, or is there a difference? I mean, are we looking forward to something like it's kind of a challenging to work with such a team? What is your opinion about this?
So having asked that question, it would be wrong if I said that it doesn't affect and you're all good. That would be a sugar coated picture, I would say. So it differs, of course, from person to person. But yeah, you do have from your side, you always have doubt or a speculation, like, would I be able to cope up with these things? I don't have a background. Would I be able to complete these things? Like, typically the IT trainings are something very like quick. So it would be something between like 2 to 4 months. So within that much period of time, you need to kind of grasp everything they're trying to teach you, and then you get fit into the actual live projects. So within that time, you always have a doubt on yourself. But then you realize that there are a lot of people, though they have come from that particular stream, they are also at the same level as you. I mean, they also are equally open to those technologies, and kind of you all are traveling in the same boat. That's what I have seen. I mean, at the end, there have been scenarios where I was able to perform equally or more than the people who have come from a typically so-called like IT and comms background. So I feel at the end it depends on your attitude, how you want to take it, or how much hard work you want to put around it. If you would just sit back and say, okay, mujhse to itna hi hoga because I am not from this background, then it's not gonna work in your favor. You gotta push it even more, probably, because if you think you're not from that background. And coming to the teams, like the live teams or the actual teammates you have, uh, a very few would be actually asking you which background exactly are you from. At the end, they are like, okay, do you know this technology? Okay, we are cool. I don't care which background you're coming from. So that's how it actually works, because that's what gets the work done. So there is no judgments. But yeah, during the training phase, there would be a couple of them going around. But I think we should take it in a positive way and instead think that, kind of we need to surprise people that EXTC people can do it. So that's how I have taken it, and it's gone pretty well, I can say.
So, Anusha, what is your opinion or what is your viewpoint on the current situation? That is the impact of COVID on the industry or the corporate sector, and what do you have to say about the layoffs that are taking place, or people who are getting delayed appointment letters, or those students who are waiting to be called in? So, what's your point of view on that? Yeah.
The COVID thing has really impacted a lot of industries, right from anything like a simple production industry to its all connected clients and markets. So I would say that yes, there are a lot of negativity that is going around. A lot of people are losing their jobs or having pay cuts. That is the truth. But let me tell you the positive things that are hidden amongst them. So basically what is happening is, like, all these big companies, or the ones that are in the higher light of the media, are having all these pay cuts or kind of layoffs, and that's what we only hear about. Like, we open LinkedIn and we just see all these uh, only these things around. But I'll tell you the hidden part of it is that there are few medium to small sized companies, or even a big company which might have not got the actual attention from a research perspective, are actually becoming opportunist right now. So they have basically kind of got a field where nobody is picking out people, and they are getting to choose the best of the lot. So if you are actually good in your technology, and if you're actually uh, uh, you have a good experience, you are getting absorbed into the industry. So that is something a very few people speak about. I agree that it might be less in proportion, but it is necessary to see that as well. And from the fresher perspective, if we talk about placements, the mass recruiting companies might be less, but a lot of startups and a lot of unicorn companies that have grown around would be surely coming up, and I'm pretty sure they would be giving the right deserving candidate the right opportunity, and that's something we should surely aim for.
Thank you so much, Anusha, for coming on board and speaking about this very important topic. And what would your message? I mean, just to put everything together, what would your message be to the young professionals out there? What is your experience? Because now you've been in the industry for 3 to 4 years. So then, can you tell us what's the message that ultimately you want to give them in brief? What's your conclusion statement?
To kind of say the long story short, or to basically tell everything through my experience, I think the first thing I need to first clarify that, a lot of people have a thought that, the EXTC people get into the IT industry because they don't have opportunity in theirs. But that is not always the truth. It's sometimes based on their interest. You discover your interest through the process, and based on your interest you pursue. There are people I know of who are my batchmates, who are my colleagues, or basically my acquaintance, who are pursuing career in hardcore electronics and telecommunication domain as well. So firstly, let's break that myth that it isn't like you don't have an opportunity in the hardcore fields. You do have, if you do the right research. It's just that you might not have a lot of people talking about it, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. So please, like, if you are interested in the core electronics and telecommunication domain, please pursue it. Do not follow the herd just because that's how the trend is. No, it doesn't work. It's at the end of your life. You need to do it as per your interest. Without interest, it doesn't work, be it any industry. So that's the first thing I wanted to say. And talking about basically the whole process, like as I mentioned, it allowed me to have interest in software. That is self-explanatory. Like, basically, as an electronics and telecommunication engineer, I had the freedom to spread my wings into a software or an IT industry, which wouldn't have been possible in the reverse way. Like, I cannot imagine if I was into some other industry which is particularly concentrating on some other aspect, and I think of pursuing a career in electronics. I don't think that's possible as per me. So basically, it opens out all your options, it broadens your options, and that is a very big thing in today's world. Having so many options for you to pursue is a boon. So that is something we need to acknowledge. And like, as ma'am always, as ma'am you always used to say ki EXTC wale kuch bhi kar sakte hai. That is really true. I mean, I'm not saying just for the sake of it. Now after 4 years into the industry almost, when I attend interviews, people do not see it like a conflict that I am from an EXTC background and I am into IT. What they see is, as an EXTC engineer, I have my these skill sets and I have gained so much knowledge, and that's how it works. I mean, that question that we have spoken about earlier fades out. It is not a blocker anymore, it's not a hurdle anymore. So you can fit into the industry very well if you have interest in it. That is something we need to remember. Having all this said, there is something else I want to also stress about, like what I have seen. So basically, when we talk about this IT world, it's about the business and the technologies merging in together. So if we get a chance to work in a telecommunication domain, or in a for a telecommunication client, basically, we get a upper hand. And I can say that clearly by experience, because what happens is, those business people do not know the technical things that you have been working on. They just know the terminologies, and since you have pursued your engineering in that domain, it is very easy for you to understand and become a subject matter expertise in that, and you have upper hand. So such kind of things really help you, and that perspective is a very few people would let you know about. So let me tell you that it doesn't go waste. And I always feel that learning is never wasted. You always get to imply it somewhere in your life, today or tomorrow. So first things first, gather your courage, and kind of keep it concentrated to whatever you want to pursue. Do not think about what people are going to say. What people are doing is different from yours. It's okay, it's perfectly fine. You're going to do very well. And coming from what I see in these days, the new things that are getting added to the EXTC subjects, I am pretty sure they are moving a lot towards the real world things, and that has been inculcated in the academics. And if I am feeling so confident and I have been successful, is what I would say, with a curriculum that was present back in 2016, then in today's world in 2020, I'm pretty sure with all these extra adaptations that has been going on, it is going to be more and more promising. So rest assured, and I hope this entire experience of mine benefits you in some way, because I really wish that someone would have told me these things when I was at your place. So gear up, and I hope I get to meet some of you in the corporate world. If you guys want to reach out to me for anything, any doubts or anything that you want to ask me, ma'am would be mentioning the details in the description box. You can also follow me on Facebook or Instagram. I'm always ready to help.